Mr. Sidless, is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, thank you. All right, get started. Good evening, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Buenas noches, señor. ¿Me puede dar su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento?
Manuel Silva Valenzuela, Manuel de Jesús Silva Valenzuela, el 020366.
020366. ¿Nació en febrero 3?
Sí, febrero 3.
Ok. Manuel de Jesús Silva Valenzuela, February
Sí.
3rd, 1966.
Thank you, sir. Good evening. This is the time set for my still appearance. You're being seen here today.
Gracias, señor.
Go ahead.
Gracias, señor. Buenas noches. Lo estamos viendo aquí esta noche para su comparecencia inicial. Lo estamos viendo el día de hoy en una audiencia.
You're being seen on 4 counts of domestic violence, aggravated harassment.
Estamos viendo aquí por 4 cargos de violencia doméstica y agresión con agravantes.
Reminding you of the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you.
Les recuerdo que tiene el derecho a guardar silencio. Todo lo que usted diga se puede y se usará en su contra.
You have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed to Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you.
También tiene derecho a un abogado y voy a nombrar a la oficina del defensor público para que lo defienda.
The attorney seated next to you will be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with your attorney before saying anything out loud.
El abogado que está sentado enseguida de usted es el abogado que le va a ayudar esta noche en esta audiencia. Así que si usted tiene alguna pregunta o alguna preocupación, primero hable con ese abogado antes de decir algo en voz alta.
I reviewed the interim complaint, then pretrial services report, and the state's recommendations.
Ya revisé la queja interina, el informe que escribió la agencia previa al juicio y la recomendación de la fiscalía.
Noted that Mr. Stivus is currently in custody on pending on other aggravated harassment charges.
Y tomo nota de que el señor Silvas está actualmente detenido por otros cargos por agresión con agravantes.
Charges appear to be both the Pima County Justice Court and the Tucson City Court.
Y parece que tiene que ver con ambos, el Tribunal de la Justicia del Condado de Pima y el Tribunal de la Ciudad.
2 and 3 on the NCAA and FCA scale respectively.
Él tiene una calificación de 2 y 3 en las escalas de NSA y FTA, respectivamente.
Notice community ties.
Noto que tiene lazos con la comunidad.
Employment status.
Y su estatus con respecto al empleo.
State's recommendations for $10,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision.
La recomendación de la Fiscalía es una fianza de $10,000, además de que esté bajo la supervisión de la agencia previa al juicio.
I think that's Mr. Goodman.
¿Algo más que quiera agregar, señor Goodwin?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor. I would just note the repeated violations of the order of protection and the 4 total pending DB cases that are both felony and misdemeanor.
Sí, su señoría quisiera agregar que tome nota que está repetidamente teniendo casos contra de la orden de protección, incumplimiento de la orden de protección y 4 cargos que están pendientes con respecto a violencia doméstica, ambos felonías y delitos menores.
Defense? If you-
Judge, may I speak with,
Yes.
may I
you-
speak with Mr. Silvas? Thank you.
Yes, Judge, given that Mr. Silvas is already in custody on other matters, but these are nonviolent allegations as designated by pretrial services, I would ask for a nominal bond for time credit purposes.
Given the,
Sí, Governor, can we have a moment for the interpreter?
yeah, please go right ahead.
Thank you. Así dice la abogada que está sentada enseguida de usted, el señor Silvas, ya que él está actualmente detenido y que estos no son alegaciones violentas. Le dé una fianza que sea nominal.
Thank you. Given the repeated alleged offenses, all involving domestic violence or aggravated harassment, and two of them at least being penalty felonies, I do have concerns for the safety of the alleged victim. And I'm going to impose a $15,000 cash
Wait.
bond with pretrial services supervision.
Bueno, este acusado tiene felonías, todas son con respecto a casos de violencia doméstica y con respecto a acosamiento con agravantes y son felonías, entonces sí me preocupa la seguridad de la presunta víctima. Entonces, lo que voy a imponer es una fianza de $15,000, $15,000 cash or secure, Your Honor?
Cash.
Cash. Ok, $15,000 en efectivo y si la paga tiene que usted estar bajo la supervisión de la agencia previos al juicio.
Hearing date for November the 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Vamos a fijar una fecha para la audiencia preliminar para el 10 de noviembre a la 1:30 de la tarde.
That's all I have for you, sir. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Eso es todo lo que tenemos para usted, señor, esta noche. Muchas gracias. Ya se puede retirar. Terminamos.
And Joe, can you please confirm that we do not have any other Spanish language defendants this evening?
That's what it looks like, Your Honor.
Okay. Then I'll excuse the Spanish interpreter for, unless we need the interpreter. Defense counsel, do we need him?
No, Judge, thank you.
Okay, thank you. No, excuse the interpreter. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, Your Honor. Interpreter is disconnecting.
Verse was a lawyer or something.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Shelby Brandon Osborne, 6/28/92.
Osborne, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here tonight based on a charge of failing to comply with a law enforcement officer. Date of the offense is October 20th of this year. Just to remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you. I do believe you are pending on another matter in the Superior Court. So I'm going to set a bit of a delayed hearing for this offense. That'll be December the 19th at 9 a.m. at the Tucson City Court in front of Judge Mayhew. I'm not going to hold you on this matter since you're already being held on the felony. I'll enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf for this charge and further advise you that in addition to your right to remain silent, in addition to your right to counsel, you also have the right to be presumed innocent and have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You also have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial where, again, you are presumed innocent and the burden of proving otherwise is on the state. However, if you fail to attend any hearing in your case, to include a trial, that hearing or that trial could proceed in your absence. A new charge could be filed against you or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days due to your own absence, then you may lose the right to appeal your conviction. You understand all that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Then, like I said, you will have an attorney representing you in this matter, and your hearing will be later in December. And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
My full name is Esther Charles Santillana. My date of birth is 3/25/2005.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here based on charges of aggravated assault. And it looks to be only aggravated assault. Judge Monroe previously found no probable cause to warrant a criminal damage charge. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with your attorney before saying anything out loud, okay? If you need a moment to speak with your client, please feel free.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, we're ready to proceed.
Thank you. All right, I have reviewed the probable cause statement signed by Judge Monroe, as well as the pretrial services report and the state's recommendation. The pretrial services report didn't note any other holds or statuses. Ms. Santillana was rated a 2 and a 1 on the NCA and FTA scales respectively, did have community ties verified, and doesn't appear to have any felony criminal history. County Attorney's Office recommendation was for $1,500 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Your Honor, that was primarily due to the manner in which the officers were attacked, in addition to an indication of, I believe, refusing port this morning. So there appears to already kind of be a lack of compliance when going into custody and while being in custody.
Okay, thank you. Defense?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Santillana has no prior history whatsoever, no failures to appear. She is only 20 years old, and she, as the court noted, has confirmed housing. So she has.
Am I allowed to talk, right?
One moment.
Go right ahead.
So, Judge, for the reasons noted, I would just ask for release of pretrial services.
Thank you. And I don't perceive a significant risk to the alleged victims or here. So I am going to release Ms. Santillana for the supervision of pretrial services. I'm going to order Ms. Santillana that you be supervised by pretrial services and you submit to any monitoring or treatment as they direct. Pretrial services is an arm of the court designated to assist folks who are pending criminal charges with making sure that they get to their hearings on time and that they're otherwise complying with conditions of release. So if someone from pretrial services gives you a call, reaches out, you need to respond and you need to comply with them. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm also going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs and that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victims. Preliminary hearing date will be set for November the 20th at 1:30 in the afternoon. If you're going to be released later this evening, please make sure and contact pretrial services and your attorneys. Stay in contact with both, and above all else, do not miss any hearings in your case. Otherwise, you can end up right back in custody. Thank you.
Sir.
Oh, that's true.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Gwendolyn Clarissa Conrad, 11/16/1997.
And good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here based on charges of interfering with an educational institution by unlawfully entering or remaining on premises, disorderly conduct, and criminal trespass in the second degree, all misdemeanor charges in the Tucson City Court. I'd remind you to have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Just make sure and confirm. You're not being held on any other charges here. And for that reason, I'm going to set a hearing for you on November the 26th at 9 a.m. at the Tucson City Court. Do you know where that is?
Yeah.
If I release you from custody this evening, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing on the 26th?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, then I will release you on your promise. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not have any contact with any alleged victim or go back to this incident location. Do you understand all that?
Yes.
Lastly, I'll enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf and further advise you that you are presumed innocent, and the burden of proving you guilty is on the state, and that burden is to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You also have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial where, again, you are presumed innocent and the burden of proving otherwise is on the state. However, if you fail to attend any hearings in your case, a warrant could issue for your arrest, new charges could be filed against you, and those hearings or trial could proceed in your absence. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days due to your own absence, you may lose the right to appeal your conviction. You understand all that?
Yes.
Okay. And you'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and attend your hearings, and good luck. Thank you. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Javier Orantes, 5/18/70.
Thank you, Mr. Orantes. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on charges of domestic violence, criminal trespass in the first degree, allegedly occurring on 14 October of this year. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the, excuse me, the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint Mr. Jacob Bernstein to represent you. His contact information will be in the paperwork you'll receive from this evening's hearing. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns or want to say anything out loud, please talk with them before doing so, okay? All right. I've taken a look at the interim complaint as well as pretrial services report. You know, Mr. Orantes is pending on matters both in the Pima County Superior Court, Tucson City Court, and there's a notation of a felony matter in the Kingman Justice Court. He was rated a 5 and a 4 on the NCFTA scales.
Sure.
Also does appear to have an active order of protection. County Attorney's Office recommendation was $15,000 bond with pretrial services supervision in lieu of a no bond. Anything else to add from the state?
Your Honor, and that wasn't based on the local 2025 case he's in custody on, because I believe this matter predates that one by a day. But he's been basically arrested and released, I believe, numerous times on the Mojave County matter. So that would be what the basis of the bond recommendation in lieu of, the no bond, in addition to the pending misdemeanor DV IJP matter that is noted involving the same victim.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Judge, given that Mr. Orantes is already in custody on other matters, and appears unable to pay that bond, and these are non-violent allegations, I would just ask for a nominal bond for time credit purposes.
And I will impose a $7,500 cash bond and order pretrial services supervision. I'll set the preliminary hearing for November the 10th at 1:30. Standard conditions of release will apply if bond is posted to include no alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms or weapons, and obviously no contact of any kind with the alleged victims. All right, sir, that's all I have for you this evening. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you.
Your Honor, if possible, we were hoping if we could see Luis Artol next. He has his own attorney.
I'm sorry?
We were hoping to see if we could have Luis Artol next.
Have a seat, please.
He's
Have a
just
seat.
under
Have a
the
seat.
misdemeanors.
Yes, one second.
Hello, Judge.
And Maricopa County is here for this matter, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find the file.
Family members representing the victims are also on this call, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Certainly. Family members representing the victims are also on this call.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. All right. Take this one.
We're hopeful to be allowed to speak if possible. Thank you.
All right. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Louis John Artol, January 23rd, 2006.
Thank you, Mr. Artol. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on charges of two charges of second-degree murder, charge of aggravated assault resulting in serious injury, leaving scene of a collision involving a fatality. To remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I am appointed to Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. Though Mr. Katsarelis, you are have been retained, I'm assuming?
We have been retained, Judge, and we will file a notice of appearance Monday. So you don't have to appoint the Public Defender's Office.
I will make a notation of that on my order. All right, sir. Obviously, Mr. Katsarelis will be representing you. If you have any questions or concerns or wish to say anything, please speak with him before doing so, okay? So, all right. I reviewed the interim complaint. I do find there to be probable cause justifying the charged offenses. I reviewed the pretrial services report as well. You note there is no other holder statuses for Mr. Artol. He was rated a 2 and a 1 on the NCAA and FTA scales, and didn't appear to have any felony or misdemeanor history noted. County Attorney's Office recommendation was for $300,000 bond. And I'm sorry, is it Miss Blackman?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, a portion of your recommendation was cut off, I believe, by perhaps the Word doc. All I can see here is $300,000 cash bond, and if released, nothing further beyond that. Can you just summarize for me the base of your recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is recommending $300,000 cash bond. If the defendant is able to post that bond, the state is recommending pretrial services with drug and alcohol monitoring, as well as ankle monitoring. Additionally, at the court's discretion, the state would also ask that he be not permitted to drive without a valid license, and that he also have a curfew as viewed necessary by pretrial services.
Anything further?
No, Your Honor, the state did lay out the other reasons for the recommendation, including the number of victims involved in the case.
Yes.
The fact that one of the charges is leaving the scene, which is concerning in terms of his willingness to comply and address his legal responsibilities, as well as the lack of ties to the community with his general state of residency being California. The state would also note that, as mentioned earlier, the victims and next of kin would like to address the court if possible.
Yes, and I'll offer that opportunity now. Mr. Katsourelis, we're going to take the victim's input or victim representative input, and then I'll let you have the last word, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. I don't know how many of the victim representatives are on the line. We will. I can't actually.
Judge, I would ask that one person per victim could speak. I'm not trying to limit them, but I think that would be the appropriate allocation. We have 3 different victims. One person representing each victim could make a statement to the court.
Your Honor, I believe that constitutionally, any victim who is a statutory victim has a right to be heard in front of the court. So the state, I don't know how many people are present virtually to address the court, but I think they're constitutionally permitted to all address the court with their perspective.
Yes, and I tend to agree with you. I'm just trying to get a sense of how many people are on the line. Unfortunately, the Teams window I can see does not show me the. Can you? Can you? Is there any way for me to see those? All right, 917.
Judge, I may be able to help you. My name is Shannon Protel. My daughter Sophia Protel was killed last night. Also on the line should be Allison Salinas. She is the sister of Katia Castillo Mendoza and Hope Santos. Her son is Josiah Santos.
I'm sorry. This is Josiah Santos's mom. I also have my brother Andy and my 2 daughters Matea and Brianna Santos here.
All right.
And this is Allison Salinas.
Thank you. I'm going to try to proceed by each of the phone numbers that I can see. I'm not going to call it the entirety of the phone number just to prevent those from being viewed on YouTube. This hearing is being streamed, but I'm going to go in order. I will turn the matter over to you. So if you want to provide me with input, just so you're understanding, the purpose of this hearing is not to discuss anything other than conditions of release. So whether or not this defendant is entitled to reasonable bond bail, and if so, what that amount will be and any conditions that will additionally apply. We're not going to be discussing the facts of the case in detail or anything related to pleas, trials, or any other matters. This simply is whether or not the defendant is entitled to bond, and if so, what that amount should be. So if you have any questions, if you have any statements you'd like to make, I'm going to start with the phone number beginning 917 area code. If you'd like to speak, feel free to do so now.
Hi, Judge. Thank you. Thank you for the time. What is your name, Judge?
My name is Judge Padilla.
Okay, thank you. And I hope Mr. Artal and Mr. Katsourelis can hear us.
We can hear you very clearly. Thank you for checking. We can hear you very clearly.
Okay, Your Honor, my name is Shannon Trotel. I'm here with my husband, Joshua Trotel. I represent Sophia Trotel, who was callously killed last night. Sophia was just 21, a thriving University of Arizona senior of the highest academic standing. She contributed greatly to her school and her community. She was loved and respected by all who knew her. Her family and friends are now devastated and reeling from the aftermath of 3 promising lives cut short. I believe strongly that Mr. Artal's reckless, thoughtless behavior and complete and total disregard for the law and human life demands the highest bail allowed and that he be remanded to custody I was not aware he is a resident of California and also feel there could be a flight risk. Thank you for your time, Your Honor, and consideration.
Thank you. With the area code 909, would you like to speak?
Your Honor, my name is Eric Strong. I'm an attorney in California. I'm a lifelong friend of the Trotel family, as well as their other families, as well as their attorney. I simply would like to reiterate my client's position regarding bail and remand. There's certainly a flight risk when you talk about the nature of this offense, when you talk about the nature of double homicide, vehicular. My understanding is there's also evidence that there was illegal substances in the defendant's bloodstream. So given the nature of this case, I think there's certainly a flight risk, and there's certainly also a community risk, which needs to be mitigated through either a completely elevated bail amount or remand with no bail. And that's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. With the area code 480.
Good evening, Your Honor. My name is Allison Salinas. I'm Katia Castillo's oldest sister, and I'm speaking on behalf of my family. I'm calling right now from the ICU, and we've been here since 6 in the morning praying for a miracle. We decided that tonight at 9 p.m. we will have to take Katia off of life support, and saying those words feels impossible. Katia was the light of our lives. She was full of kindness and joy, and losing her has torn our family apart. We are completely broken. I hope he knows that he didn't just take her life. He took a piece of all of ours. We are begging, Your Honor, for the highest bond possible. Please let there be justice for Katia. Thank you.
Thank you. And with the first 6 being 520912. If you'd like to speak now, please feel free.
My name is Andrea Hope Santos. I am the mother of Josiah Santos. I stand solidly with the Torrio family in saying that I think that this man should not be allowed bond. He has rocked our family. My son was so talented and so driven, and I cannot believe that you drove away and left them there. May God have mercy on you. That's all.
Thank you. And last 520240.
Your Honor, my name is Marta Rivera, and I am a victim advocate with homicide survivors, and I'm on the line to support the families tonight.
Thank you very much.
And I don't have anything to add. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Thank you all very much for appearing and for your input. Mr. Katsarelis, feel free.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. And obviously, everybody in the room, even in the courtroom, there is no denial this is a devastating tragedy. I just want to make a few pointers in terms of how the court should decide the bond amount today. Mr. Artal has 0 criminal history, as you have seen, Judge. He's scoring 1 and 2, and I think the 1 is on the failure to appear, and the new criminal activity is 2 because of the current violent offense. He doesn't have any priors, misdemeanors or felonies whatsoever. I want to address a few things that were mentioned because I think they're important so that the victims, the public, the prosecutor are aware. Mr. Artal is a U of A student. He has an apartment here. His father flew in this morning and he is attending. He's watching this hearing. His father is going to, if Mr. Artal gets kicked out of the apartment that he's staying at U of A, he's renting a different apartment where his mom more than likely will move in with him from California to stay with him while he is here. There's absolutely zero flight risk. Mr. Artal is not going back to California. We're not asking for him to go back to California. There's no flight risk in terms of him attending every court hearing and every court proceeding. I will tell you that his father has allocated significant resources to retain our firm and to make sure that Luis is going to go to court. He's going to have family locally. There is the issue of flight risk is non-existent from my perspective, knowing the family, getting to know the parents and meeting with Luis. So I don't think the court should be concerned if I impose a lower bond, this person is going to go away. They are a family that has a very established business in San Francisco. They are not people that are going to try to avoid dealing with the case. That's why his dad flew in, and his parents will obviously make sure that that is the case. The other thing that I wanted to mention, Judge, is the fleeing from the accident, the leave the scene of the accident. Again, I'm not trying to in any way take away from the seriousness of the offense, but my client got scared, didn't know what to do, left, went to his apartment, communicated with his father, and walked back to the police station himself. He spoke to his dad. His dad said, go back, find the police station. I don't care how you get there. Just start walking in the middle of the night and get there. He was in a police station, I want to say less than an hour from the time of the accident. So I want everybody to know this is not a person that just does this and now he's on the lam and we're trying to find him. He goes back in and he self-surrenders. And I hope that that will give some form of guidance to the court as to what my client intends to do in terms of showing up and taking accountability. I hope the court can take into consideration the established ties to the community. And Judge, this is what I am thinking. I'm not asking to be released to pretrial services. I want the court to understand I'm coming from a point where I think that the family wants to make sure every victim and everybody involved in the case does know that we are going to deal with the case and we will deal with the consequences. Luis will show up for court and we will go through the process. I do think a bond is appropriate. I think $300,000 bond is a $3 million bond for our community, and I don't think that's reasonable, Judge. I do think that if you impose a $50,000 cash or secured, it's going to be more than enough. He's not going anywhere, Judge. He's staying here. He's dealing with the case. He's a U of A student. Also, the other thing that I wanted to also mention regarding Ms. Blackman's remark, he's not going to be driving. He's not going to be, we're not going to have the risk of free offense in terms of him being out there on the streets and causing potentially any kind of risk based on the driving behavior. So I'm asking the court to impose the $50,000 cash or secured, so my client can have a chance on attending the proceedings, and the court and the community can feel safe that he is actually under the supervision of pretrial services if he's able to post the bond, and that there's not going to be any complications whatsoever, Your Honor. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. And upon review of the interval plan, I do have concerns based on the nature of the leaving the scene as well as the rest of the community. I am going to impose a $250,000 cash bond and order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. Additionally, conditions of release will include no alcohol or illegal drugs, no driving without a valid license, submitting to all monitoring as directed by pretrial services, and no contact of any kind with any alleged victim or any family members of any alleged victim. And with that, I'll set the preliminary hearing date for November the 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And just one final note to all of the families, thank you very much for attending. I wish to extend my deepest condolences to you and your families at this time. I sincerely hope you're receiving any support that is available and that you need. You will certainly have the assistance of victim services. But at this point, we'll be concluding the hearing. You're welcome to stay on and observe the rest of the session or disconnect as you wish. Thank you all very much. Your excuse, sir.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're gonna bring more people in. You can go to.
Yeah, those are big jobs. Thank you. Samantha.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Alex Armenta, 12/31/70.
Mr. Armenta, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant issued for your arrest by Judge Crystal Ann Foster at the Pima County Justice Court from April of this year, related to a charge of, a post adjudication of DUI, extreme DUI. To remind you, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. And it appears this matter relates to some outstanding fines and fees. All right, Mr. Armenta, I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Foster for December the 2nd at 2 p.m. at the Pima County Justice Court. You know where that is?
Yeah.
All right, if I release from custody, you promise me you will attend that.
No, I'll be in DOC for 4 months. I just got sentenced this morning.
Well then, we'll take a little bit of a expedited and I'll change that hearing. I'm going to change your hearing, sir, to this Monday at 1 p.m. Let me. Gail, can you confirm if Mr. Armenta has a DOC hold? I don't see anything on my list here and I don't see anything on the website.
Your Honor, he came from Superior Court today, sentenced to 4 months DOC.
Okay, I see. All right. Thank you, sir. All right, Mr. Armenta, instead, I'm going to move your hearing to the 1st. That way, Judge Foster can take any additional action she sees fit. I'll hold you on a $500 cash bond so that you can receive time credit if that helps the matter or that's appropriate. And I'm going to appoint Mr. Peter Gutierrez, reappoint him rather, to represent you. So you'll be seen by Judge Foster Judge Piscara, excuse me, on Monday at 1 in the afternoon.
All right.
All right, so thank you. You're excused.
Thanks.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Reynaldo Liguan, January 10th, 1992.
Mr. Juan, good evening. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on, looks like 2 different matters. The first involves a warrant issued for your arrest by Judge Crystal Foster from July of this year. And this relates to, it looks like it was cut off a bit, a charge of assault from May of 2020. You also have a criminal matter pending in city court related to charges of possession of drug paraphernalia and theft allegedly committed earlier today. Just a reminder, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. On your misdemeanor matter, I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. That's Mr. Patrick Coopin. His information will be in the court order you received from this hearing. And I'm going to honor Judge Foster's bond request of $1,000. That'll be cash or secured. And I'm going to set a hearing for you for Monday at 1 p.m. so that Judge Piscara can hopefully help resolve this matter and possibly get you out of jail. On your city court matter, I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. And I'm going to set a little bit of a delayed hearing so that you can resolve the other matters you got going on. That hearing is going to be December 19th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Mayhew. So, sir, you'll have a hearing on Monday, and then you won't have another one, at least for a while. But please cooperate with your attorneys. And if you do post the bond, please make sure and show up for all hearings. Otherwise, warrant could issue for your arrest, and you can end up right back in jail, okay? Thank you all. That's excused.
Okay, go out the door and see what the mails.
Hello, Your Honor.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Hunter Thomas Keck, 11/05/2000. And I'd just like to say, when it comes to the failure to appear, I was in CBI at the time. And then
Hang on.
also,
Hang
yes,
on.
sir. Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right. I just need to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be held against you. Also remind you, these proceedings are being streamed online via YouTube. So you're welcome to say anything, but just keep in mind that it's not private or confidential in any way. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
You have a warrant issued for your arrest by Judge Libby Shelton related to a failure to appear charge and a criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. Let me see what else may be going on here. All right. All right, Mr. Keck, I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Sheldon at the Marana City Court on December the 3rd at 10 a.m.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll release you on promise you'll appear at that hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
But I am not going to quash the warrant, so you need to appear at that hearing. Otherwise, you can get picked up again. You can go right back into custody again. Do you understand?
So from my understanding, you're not going to quash the warrant. If I have police contact again, they can take me again.
Yes. So you need to
Okay.
make sure and show up for your hearings. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. Here. Okay. Sorry.
When?
Okay.
When?
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Eric Matthew Lynn, 9/22/79.
All right, Mr. Lynn. Even this is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant issued in the, let's see, Cochise Bisbee Court, or I'm sorry, the Sierra Vista Justice Court, excuse me. And this relates to a charge of shoplifting from October of 2019. Give me 1 second, sir. I need to take a look here. All right. Looks like the requested bond amount here is $4,500. I believe I'm reading this correctly. Second degree. All right, sir. I'm gonna impose at least a partial bond here. It's requesting $4,500. I'm gonna make that $3,000 cash or secured. And I'm gonna set a hearing for you at the Sierra Vista Justice Court, and that'll be on November the 13th at 2 p.m. Just make sure of something. No, and I believe you're also being held on a separate matter. Oh, my apologies. You have three separate matters going on here. And I believe I only have the one Sierra Vista matter. So there's two other ones. All right. So I'm going to note that you are being held on a separate matter. All right, sir. Again, $3,000 bond will be cash or secured, and your hearing will be on the 13th at the Sierra Vista Justice Court. That's all I have for sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you, bud.
Chris?
Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Full name is Raheem Alejandro Perez,
All right, Mr.
and
Perez.
5/20/91 is my date of birth. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest. The Pima County Justice Court from Judge Alexander Ball from last February. This relates to a charge of reckless driving.
Yes, sir.
Allegedly committed in February of 2023. You also have a city court matter related to charges of domestic violence, assaults, and domestic violence disorderly conduct from earlier this afternoon. Just remind you on both cases, I'm just going to advise you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and in your justice court matter, I'm going to appoint Mr. Peter Gutierrez to represent you. I'm going to put his information here in.
I'd like to tell you too, Your Honor, that the Justice Court case, it's paid in full. I just need to take the reckless driving class, and then I'll be good.
Oh. Well, Mr. Gutierrez will be able to help you out with that. I'm going to set a hearing for you. That'll be on December the 12th, excuse me. At
Yes,
11 a.m. in front of Judge David Miller. If I release you, you promise me you'll appear at that hearing, sir?
I promise, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Then I'll release you on your promise. I'm going to order that you not drive without a valid license.
Will not.
And on your city court matter, I'm going to set. One second. Give me a second, I need to take a look here at some information.
Take your time, Your Honor.
This- Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh,
All right. Sorry about that, sir. I just needed to get the.
no problem. No problem, Your Honor.
I'm gonna set a hearing for you. So on your city court case, I believe this is a new DV case. So it's gonna get assigned to Judge Millian, who's also handling your other misdemeanor case.
Yeah, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, what was the time again? I forgot. All right. All right. All right, sir, this information here is a little bit troubling to me. I've got some concerns. So I am going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. They'll be assisting you in this hearing, and I'm going to set a hearing for you in about 12 days. That'll be a video review hearing in front of Judge Wendy Millian, who's also handling your other DV case. That'll be at 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm going to impose a bond of $500 cash and order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, that you not possess any firearms or weapons, that you surrender any and all firearms you may have to the Tucson Police Department within 48 hours if bond is posted.
Your Honor,
Do not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to work if he works or lives. I'm also going to consolidate this with your other DV case.
Okay, and I don't know if it means anything, but I am on my 16th class for the domestic violence classes for my first case, and I got 9 more to go. And it's already paid in full to the diversion program. So that's in motion as well.
Okay. Again, the status of your other case is not before me this evening. The only thing I'm gonna order here is what I just went over with you about your conditions of release Again, your hearing's going to be in 12 days. You'll have the city public defender's office representing you. So just make sure and cooperate with them. And you'll
I'll
be
be-
seeing Judge Millian on the 12th, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're excused.
I appreciate you.
Later.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Tyler Christopher Littner, September 20th, 1992.
All right, Mr. Turner. Good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on charges of domestic violence, disorderly conduct, domestic violence, criminal damage, and domestic violence assaults allegedly committed earlier this afternoon. Remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, which may be appointed to you by the court or obtained, appointed based on your circumstances or obtained at your own expense. Let me just take a look here, make sure you've got nothing else pending. I'm just gonna take a look here at pretrial services report for you, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right. Looks like the alleged victim didn't wish to participate in an interview. Do you reside with the alleged victim, your brother?
What's that?
The alleged victim, your brother River?
Yes.
Live with him?
Do I live with him? No.
Okay, good.
Sorry, I'm practically deaf.
That's all right. If you need me to repeat anything, please just say so. At this time, I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Jerry Hale at the Tucson City Court. That hearing will be on December the 1st at 10 a.m. at the Tucson City Court. You know where that is?
Yes, sir.
All right. If I release you from custody, will you promise me you'll appear at that hearing, sir?
Yes.
Then I will release you on your promise. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, and that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where he works or lives. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf to this charge, or to these charges rather, and also advise you that in addition to your right to remain silent and your right to counsel, you also have the right to be presumed innocent and to have the state bear the burden of proof of guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You also have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial where again you are presumed innocent, and it's on the state to prove otherwise. However, if you fail to attend any hearing or trial in your case, it could proceed in your absence. New charges could be filed against you, or they could proceed, or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days because of your absence, you may lose the right to appeal your conviction. Do you understand all that, sir?
That's what I mean.
All right.
I do have one question. As far as you said, no contact is, that means he can't come to where I live.
This is a one-way order, sir. It applies to you and to you alone. I cannot order anything against him. I cannot restrict his movements. This is a one-way order, which applies to you and you alone, which means you are not allowed to contact him or have contact with him in any way, shape, or form until this case is disposed of.
What am I to do if he comes to where I live? Because he's welcome there by other people that live there. Am I to remove myself, or how am I supposed to proceed?
Well,
if he,
you're gonna have to use your best judgment, sir, but I would suggest you leave the area. You make every effort to remain compliant with the no contact order. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, sir. Then you'll be seen by Judge Hale on the 1st. And that's all I have for you, sir. You'll be released later this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bro.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Name is Rahim Anthony Brown. My date of birth is 9/28/83.
Mr. Brown, good evening. being seen here this evening based on a felony warrant issued at the Pima County Justice Court related to charges of felony stalking and aggravated harassment, allegedly occurring between June and October of 2024. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be helping you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with her before saying anything out loud, okay? All right, taking a look at the warrant. As well as pretrial services report, Mr. Brown doesn't have any other matters pending. I don't believe he has any hold. He was rated a 4 and a 3 on the NCAA scales. Victim input couldn't be solicited, unfortunately. And there does appear to be 7 prior felony convictions stretching from 2005 to 2022, with the most recent one ending just a couple of days ago. No misdemeanor domestic violence convictions, but there is an active order of protection. County Attorney's Office recommendation is for $100,000 bond per the warrant. And I should mention, sorry, the bond amount was $100,000 secured. Anything else to add from the state?
Your Honor, so it is a justice court warrant. A lot of when I looked up the case, a lot of this occurred while he was in the Department of Corrections, and an order of protection was in place that ultimately was renewed, where there was some repeated contacts through him and through using other parties against this victim, to where she reported it to law enforcement and she feared for her life. I don't know what can be done to get him to stop contacting this victim after already being served with 2 back-to-back orders of protections once they've expired. There is the flag and VCA flag, an extensive criminal history. Given that given the circumstances, Judge, that's why the state would be asking to honor that warrant amount issued by the Justice of the Peace.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Judge. Given that these allegations occurred a year ago, and that he was in the Department of Corrections and DOC during this time and would not have been able to attend any hearings, which is why the warrant was issued, I would ask just for a reduction in the bond. He was unaware of these charges, and I believe if he is in custody, he'll be able to go to future hearings.
Thank you. I will impose at least a partial bond of $50,000 cash and order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. Standard conditions of release will apply to include, most importantly, no contact of any kind with the alleged victim, no weapons or firearms, and pretrial services monitoring or treatment. The preliminary hearing date will be November the 10th at 1:30. All right, sir, that's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Judge, was the Public Defender's Office appointed in this case?
Oh, my apologies. Yes, the Public Defender's Office.
Good job.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Dana Ray Buchanan, 12/31/81.
Thank you, Mr. Buchanan. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant issued for your arrest by Judge Sue Canastro, the Pima County Superior Court. related to charges of possession of a dangerous drug, possession of a narcotic drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia from July of this year. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud. All right, I've taken a look at the warrants, as well as pretrial services report, and the state's recommendation. Appears Ms. Buchanan is pending in a, looks like a steps court case. She was rated a 4 and a 6 on the NCAA and FTA scales. It does appear this was a refiled matter. And there are only 2 prior felony matters, one of which I think is the pending steps court case. State's recommendation is pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
State's okay with that, Judge, given that it's a refiled matter and it doesn't look like there's any lack of compliance, at least thus far, with the pending steps case.
Defense, I'm inclined to agree. Any additional
Judge,
comment?
no, Judge.
Okay, thank you. All right, Ms. Buchanan, based on all the information, the position of the parties, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services.
Yes, sir.
And again, with your other case. I'm going to order that you submit, that you continue to submit to any monitoring treatment as they direct. I'm going to order that you contact your pretrial services officer within the first working day of your release. So that'll be Monday. You have to call over to the pretrial services office and reestablish contact with them.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to put your arraignment date for November the 7th at 1:30. Since you've already heard the spiel from probably another judge, please make sure and keep in contact with pretrial services and your attorneys. Don't miss any court dates, and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Lindsay Nicole Martinez. My date of birth is August 1st, 1993.
Thank you, Ms. Martinez. You're being seen here this evening based on a charge of domestic violence criminal damage allegedly occurring on the 25th of this month. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. I did take a look at the interim complaint and pretrial services report. Martinez doesn't appear to have any statuses or warrants. She was a 3 and a 2 on the NCAA and FTA scales. Victim could not be reached for comment on conditions of release. And community ties can be verified through a third party, unfortunately. And there was a single notation of a conviction from San Antonio from 2016. County Attorney's Office recommendation is for $10,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Your Honor, I would go as far to argue she doesn't really have community ties, given that she's been here for the report for only about 3 months. It's very concerning that she has a felony assault. I would say Texas's version of a felony DV assault that's less than 10 years old, coupled with the allegations in this case, believe the bond would be warranted given the circumstance.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Judge. Ms. Martinez has no prior failures to appear. She does have one prior conviction, but that is, although less than 10 years ago, it is from 2016, which is 9 years ago. It's a very long time. She is employed. She has been here for 3 months, but she does have a place that she can stay apart from the alleged victim in this case. She has previously completed probation, as shown in the pretrial services report. And these are nonviolent allegations. So given that, I would ask for pretrial services release.
Thank you. And I'm gonna order a bond of $2,500. It'll be cash and secured with pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'm gonna order Ms. Martinez, do you not have any alcohol or illegal drugs? That you not commit any acts of domestic violence, and that you not possess any firearms or weapons, and surrender any firearms you may have to law enforcement within 48 hours of being released if you do post the bond. And more importantly, I'm going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where he works or lives. And I will set the preliminary hearing for November the 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon. So Ms. Martinez, if you do post a bond, please make sure and contact pretrial services and your attorneys and stay in touch with both of them so that you can be up to date on your case. Do not miss any hearings in your case. Otherwise, you're going to end up right back in custody. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all I have for you. You're excused.
I wasn't sure if the public defender's office was appointed.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Daniel, Jared Milady, 62798.
Okay, Mr. Liddy. Is the state's motion dismissed? Mr. Goodman?
Yes, Your Honor, he does have the DOC hold, but yes, we are dismissing and he'll be
No.
going, back there.
I don't want to dismiss this case. I think I fully deserve to be.
Even in light of what his wishes are, Judge, the state's dismissing without prejudice.
Okay. Defense. I think ordinarily there'd be no objection, but feel free to lodge one if you'd like.
No, Judge, no objection.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Malati, your case is being dismissed without prejudice, which means it may be brought back at a later date if within the state's discretion. But for now, you'll be released. You still have your DOC hold. So that's all we have, sir. You're excused. Thank you. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Antonio de Jesus Rivera, August 10, 1988.
All right, Mr. Rivera. Mr. Rivera, good evening. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today or this evening based on a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon allegedly occurring earlier today. I remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I am appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay? All right, I've taken a look at the interim complaint as well as pretrial services report for Mr. Rivera. I don't note any other holds or statuses for him. He was rated a 3 and a 4 on the NCA and FTA scales. Does housing was confirmed? I believe Mr. Rivera is confirmed as homeless. So did have ties with a family member. There were no felony convictions noted by pretrial services. County Attorney's Office recommendation is $10,000 bond plus pretrial services. Anything else to add, Mr. Goodman?
Just that the nature of the offense of attacking the victim with a bat and then continuing, I believe, what the interim noted of throwing things, the deputies viewed at the victim when they were present. Understandably, his brother may be willing to take him in, but again, according to pretrial, he's been homeless and the state feels that he's also, there's a risk of non-appearance given the elevated scale.
Okay. Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Rivera has no prior felony convictions. He is a lifelong Tucson resident. And given that his brother can take third-party custody of Mr. Rivera and has expressed that he can bring him to future court hearings, I would ask for a pretrial services release. However, if the court is not inclined, then a reduction for bond.
Thank you. Based on the facts, I do have concerns for the victim's safety. I'm going to order a $7,500 cash and secured bond with pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'll order Mr. Rivera that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not possess any firearms or weapons, and that you surrender any firearms you have to law enforcement within 48 hours of release if bond is posted, and that above all else, you have no contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. I'll set the preliminary hearing date for November the 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And that's all I have, sir. Thank you. You're excused. All right. And I believe our next cases are from the Ajo Court. All right. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Angel Reese, August 7th, 1999.
All right, Mr. Ruiz. Good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest in the Pima County Justice Court. And this relates to charges of burglary in the second degree, aggravated assault resulting in temporary but substantial disfigurement, preventing the use of a phone for purposes of contact emergency services, misdemeanor assault, and aggravated domestic violence, all allegedly occurring on September the 7th. To remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And I'm going to, appoint Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. There is an attorney on the line here who will be assisting you in this hearing. If you need to pause and ask her any questions or express any concerns, please let us know and we'll make arrangements for you to contact her in private. I've reviewed the warrant and the state's recommendation as well as the pretrial services report. Note Mr. Ruiz is a 4 and a 3 on the NCA and FTA scales. I believe he was arrested out of the state on this matter and transported in. Unfortunately, victim input couldn't be solicited. It appeared to have community ties through a relative. There also appears to be a note of a misdemeanor offense that may be ongoing, or at least in post adjudication at the Pima County Justice Court.
You said there's another.
Yes, sir. I believe there may be another matter involving a misdemeanor case at the Pima County Justice Court. That is not before me this evening, but you are certainly welcome to research that yourself and make sure that you're squared away. As far as your other criminal matters, it does appear there are 1, 2, 3 felony convictions from 2018, most recently with 2022, and 2 prior misdemeanor domestic violence convictions from 2021. State's recommendation was to, I believe, honor this amount of the bond, which was $50,000 secured, plus pretrial services. I'm sorry, no, nothing on that. Anything else to add, Mr. Goodman?
I would just note the nature of the charges, Judge, and the fact that each and every one of his priors, even the noted misdemeanors, appear to be violent in nature.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Ruiz does have, he has, his grandmother agreed to take third-party custody of Mr. Ruiz to ensure future court appearances. He would also be monitored by the Department of Corrections, given that he's on parole. So if the court were to release him, he would have monitoring by pretrial and by parole. However, if the court is not inclined to release, I would ask for a reduction in the bond.
I'll even wear an ankle monitor too.
Okay, sir. I'm going to honor the amount of the bond requested in the warrant, and that'll be $50,000 secured. And I'll order pretrial services supervision if the bond is posted. The
Is $50,000 secure? Is $50,000 secured meaning all, or can I pay 10% of it with collateral?
$50,000 secured means that you can use collateral to satisfy it. It's not cash, meaning you don't have to post the amount in actual dollars.
Okay.
And that's for the warrant. Additional conditions will apply, including no alcohol or drugs, no firearms or weapons, no contact of any kind with the alleged victim. And I will impose pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. The preliminary hearing will be on November the 6th at 1:30.
Oh, when will the next court date be again, sir?
Preliminary hearing will be on November the 6th at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Thank you, sir.
Judge, how is that possible? The rules require it's 10 or 20.
We received these dates from the court themselves. Wait, I'm sorry, hang on.
Because the rules mandated it's 10 or 20.
Does it matter?
So,
Sorry.
No, that's okay. No, sorry, I was one of the misapprehensions. That was a Green Valley case. Yes. No, I'm sorry. You excuse me. It was I was incorrect. I had this in the wrong court. The preliminary hearing will be on the 10th of November at 1:30 at the Pima County Justice Court.
thank you.
Thank you, sir. You're excused.
Thank you.
Judge, may I be excused? The next person up seems to be a misdemeanor.
Yes, you may. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
You guys.
Me as well, Judge. Am I good to go?
Yes, you may. Again, thank you very much and have a good evening.
You too. You as well.
Thank you. And this, we're done. No, there's one more. Oh, yeah, one more. Okay.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Byron Wayne Belisto, 10/26/94.
Mr. Velisto, good evening. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here based on 2 warrants issued for your arrest by Judge Sarah Williams at the Ajo Justice Court. And these relate to charges of theft and criminal trespass in the 3rd degree from August and June of 2023. Just a reminder, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Give me 1 second here. Just need to take a look here at something. All right, sir. On these matters, I'm going to set a hearing for you. And that'll be on November the 18th at 9 a.m. at the Ajo Justice Court. Do you know where that is?
Yes, sir.
All right, if I release you from custody, promise me you'll appear at that hearing.
Yes, I will.
I'm going to release you on your promise. I'm going to leave the warrant active and just in case. But again, that hearing will be on November the 18th at 9 a.m. at the Ajo Justice Court.
All right.
I'm going to order you not have any contact of any kind with any alleged victim or go back to any incident location involved. Do you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
All right. And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Jill.